Do 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 do. Putting down some tokens 'cause I wasn't ready. Do do. This, I guess, like state is called Verlaka, and if you mess up in a town, they kind of send you here, which is great for getting doll parts. You know, a lot of people die here, a lot of people leave stuff here, so it's great for doll parts. If you get caught and arrested for doing something in another town, you're probably going to be asked to pay a fine, spend time in their dungeon. But if they don't, if the fine is too much for you to pay, or if they don't want to waste the room in their dungeon, or if they don't have the room in the dungeon, this is where you're sent to kind of do community service and pay out your time. So crawling with doll parts, you find yourselves, after you get out of that dungeon, you made your way to the nearest town called Seaside. It's a very small town, very, very cold. You guys have made yourself some clothes to endure the elements, which is great because you kind of felt some of your doll parts start to like freeze and get so stiff it was kind of hard to move them. But you travel with your new mom, and she tells you that even though this place is full of brigabrands and whatnot, it's not too bad, and they haven't caused her any trouble. The only downside for you guys really is that there's not a lot of shops that are sized for you. They're more sized for medium creatures. There are some places that have like doorknobs and chairs for small creatures, or like wares for them as well, but there's not a lot. Your pickings are slim for tiny creatures, and you're kind of finding that out as you traverse with her. You know, there might have been some parts in your walk to this first town where you all were on the cart just because the snow and the mud was really an issue for you to try to get to. And as you get to this place, it has been kind of snowing nonstop. It hasn't been blizzarding and the flakes weren't super thick, but she hasn't had access to sunlight and says that she does need to kind of rest. And Seaside is a pretty safe place. It's kind of, I don't know. It's a dock town, so there's not a lot here. And it's more like a militant state, so there's not a lot here in terms of like entertainment. There's the one bar slash tavern slash inn. I mean the one tavern slash inn in town. You guys have a room too, because Abraxis is going to be very late. We're going to say that he opted to hang out with Onuris and made sure that she got settled into her bed.
Okay.
And you're like, he's new to the world too, and you guys are like, so we're just free to go roam around. He's like, I'm gonna make sure nobody fucks with mom for a little bit. I'll catch up with you guys later.
Nice.
But in this inn, in the Discord, I did post the quests available that were on the quest board. You guys, I did make a player discussion channel so you can kind of chat with each other about said quests if you want to, and get game plans on, what you want to do. Oh, it's in shareable player notes. Was the community board, but that is your guys' quest board basically. And that's kind of where we left you guys off. What I did want to do is turn back the clock slightly just before Onuris and Abraxis go and chill out for a little bit. Under inventory, Onuris is going to give each of you 2 gold pieces and say that's really all I got until we get to Greenglade and I can sell some of my toys. So try not to spend it all in one place. And then also under inventory, I want you to make an item under consumables that says soul jar. You don't need to put a description. I'll put one in there later, but she gives each of you a tiny jar. Like, you know, those super tiny ones that hold sand, so it's almost like a bottle big enough for you to drink out of, kinda. You get an empty small vial with a tiny crystal, like cork,
Cool.
blue crystal cork, and she says, these are soul jars. If you keep them on your person, when you die, your soul will go right into this jar.
Okay.
The person who's holding it perishes, the soul goes right into that jar. And as long as that jar doesn't break, the soul will be okay. And I can use that to fix you guys if something happens. If something happens to you, bam, you got a jar. But if you guys want to go out on your own, make sure you take care of each other. It's very important to me. All my children are very important to me.
Okay. We'll take care.
But with that, you guys are allowed to kind of go out and gallivant about town, about the bar, about anything as you wish. As Onuris kind of, she makes a kiss noise, but her face doesn't move, so she goes like, and like kisses her finger, and then kind of pokes each of you on the top of the head, kind of just does like a mwah tap, and she's like, be good, stay safe, and she goes to take her rest, and Morris and Tammy wave, and like they're like on guard, like they get out like their little weapons, and they're kind of patrolling the tiny room area, making sure that she's safe.
Yeah.
But
I'll say
that
to
includes my stuff. What are you guys doing?
I'll say to Tammy and Morris, at ease, guys, and then walk out.
No way, man. We gotta make sure Ma's good.
Yeah, no, he's messing with them. I have a thing that says broken on my side. Oh, that's for the shield. Gotcha. Okay. I got concerned. I'm like, I'm a toy. That doesn't fare well.
One of the scariest words in the toy dictionary. Broken.
Broken. I will ask Clatter, hey man, you want to go hunt down this spider? We just have to find it and then bring it back alive for 100 gold. If it dies, we get almost nothing. 25 gold. But still.
Clatter will look at you, Gilgamesh, and say, you want me, and he'll like gesture to his clothing and go, to touch a nasty walking thing and bring it back here
No.
alive.
No, not at all. I want you to be behind me as I beat it with a stick, and then you help me beat it to make sure that it's still alive, and then I'll bring it back, and then both of us get a whole lot of gold. See a bunch of like, do you see the things that Mom gave us? See that? These things are shiny, and I think they're like, you see those fleshy people? They love it. They just fucking love this thing, man, for some reason. I'm sure we used to love it too, but you know what? We could vibe.
Can I have a society roll from both of you?
Oh gosh.
A society roll?
Yeah,
I have
that's
done
gonna
it.
be
I've
under.
been craving to roll one.
I have done it.
So it's the hand under proficiencies.
I am
on the
untrained with
bottom.
society. Roll a 20.
Holy shit!
Nice. A nat
I am
1.
trained.
Look at that. Both spectrums.
Wow! So yeah,
I'm pretty sure they
Gilgamesh,
love this
honestly,
thing, I think.
Yeah, no. What I was gonna say is after so if we read that bounty, it looks like a spider with a backpack. Her name is it says that the spider is named Andy, Andi. 100 gold pieces if caught alive, 25 if dead. Andy, the spider folk, is wanted for assassination attempts, and conspiring against authority in Greenglade, Kingdom of Beladavir, and the Kingdom of the Dorn. Gilgamesh, you think that this person is just right around the corner at any given time. It's
I am-
totally just a matter of time before you get them.
And I am looking around.
Oh yeah, they're definitely probably here. Clatter, DuPont, you can gather that this is like a mass printout wanted poster, and the odds of this person being here are probably slim to not at all. If they're going to hide, why would they hide in a militant state? This is probably mass produced and sent out everywhere. You know that you're in Verlaka. You know that you're going to Greenglade, and it's definitely more than a day's travel because you're still going a day to get to what was that one? Frostcrest City. Which is like the wall that you guys are trying to cross, and then you don't know for sure how long the travel is to get from there to Greenglade, where your mom is trying to go. So this person is wanted in several kingdoms. This person is well traveled. You're not sure where those places are, but the odds of them being here are literally nearly non-existent, and Gilgamesh is out of his fucking mind if he thinks that you're just going to go find this 100 gold reward spider. Like today.
As I
Clatter will kind of like place his hand on his face, rubbing where his temple, like the fleshy temple, should be. And he goes, "You do realize that this is more than likely just something that we have to look for. They're not going to be sitting in this fucking town
Of
waiting
course they're
for
not
us to come
sitting
grab
in this
them, right?
town. They're probably right outside of the town or around the corner in the alley. But we have to check with every spider, see if they have a backpack, and you know what? We'll trick them to get something out of the backpack, like, hey, I have a runny nose. May I have a napkin from your backpack? And then wait to see if the spider hands me a napkin. And I'm like giving him like, I'm trying to blink, but like my mesh parts are like moving to blink, but like my rhinestone eyes don't move.
So you just kind of slightly your head just vibrates
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess you're like, strange.
Nothing's happening. and then I totally believing that I have to keep an eye out for spiders with a backpack. I walk outside while saying, despite that, we're just gonna be keeping a lookout. What we're actually gonna do is help out the people of this town, and then I'll walk out to go to the address of the people that I have, one at a time.
There's actually a couple addresses.
Yes.
Go ahead and I'll direct you guys to the Discord. What I can do actually is, if you want, I can pull up that map, the quest board.
We have it here.
Yeah, I was asking if you didn't want to tab over to Discord. I can pull it up.
No, it's over here. I rather the map, so we could see if it's pointed out somewhere. Specifically, I have it zoomed out at the moment, but yes. I don't know if you specifically had anything, Jeff, but I think our best things are to just check with Kiara. Maybe that might be potentially something useful. But there's some engineers that need help, apparently, around here. And from what I've already noticed around these parts is everything is made for super big people. And maybe the engineers could be tricked or coerced with a knife to make parts for little people.
What? I mean,
this is just what Gilgamesh says to Clatter on the way to the first house.
Which is...
I don't know, whichever the closest one is, if we know where it would be. We have a map, right?
No.
We don't have a map?
No.
I cry.
Clatter, having to look up at Gilgamesh, being he is the smallest out of the three brothers, will look at Gilgamesh.
You're smaller?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clatter is rather small.
I am pretty I'm a fat like teddy bear thing. Kinda.
Clatter's not tall or thick. He's bony and short.
All right, nice.
And so he kind of like looks up at Gilgamesh and goes, before we decide to walk around in this disgusting town, why don't we find some way of, I don't know, knowing where we're going?
Yeah, let's
Like,
go to that
I
shop.
don't know, a map.
They might help us. We go to the
And
the
Clatter
shop
is
wherever we can.
climbing on the back of his bird because he is not walking in this shit.
So
I walk
there
proudly.
is, because of the type of town, there's not a lot when it comes to, there's not going to be any sort of mall. There is, you can find 3 shops. There's going to be one along the docks called Bait and Tickle. It's a shop run by 2 fishermen gnomes. Bait and Tickle, it's nearest to the docks, so it's nearly impossible not to get freezing ocean spray on your face before going in. The front of the shop is small as it's aimed to just sell bait and fishing supplies. However, there's a attached back room the size of a few barns filled with vehicle parts and tools. They tend to those who not only serve on the wall, but those who come to the docks to drop off supplies. So they also tend to like aircrafts and ships can come get their vehicle serviced or get parts. There is another shop called Bumps and Bruises that is attached to the hospital that
Where's
will
the
have.
hospital?
I didn't put a Red Cross on it, but we can say that's these 2.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice.
and then we'll say that like down here, and then yeah, either one of those can be Bait and Tickle, and then we'll say this shop over here. So there's Bumps and Bruises is Comoines Kits. It's a shop of odds and ends, bits and bobs, run by a catfolk that lived a whole ass life. Wally Calhoun was a proud lion in his heyday, but his mane has since matted in some spots and stopped growing hair altogether in others. He has an eye patch, 2 peg legs, a hook for one hand, the other is missing 2 fingers, and his tail is a nub. His shop is very disorganized, with things piled nearly to the ceiling.
Poor guy. He's lived a life, though.
Yeah, but you are, as you're kind of looking around and you know you can like gather some information as you're kind of walking around. These are the shops that you hear about. The 2 that might have maps you guys can kind of conclude would be Comoines Kits or Bait and Tickle.
Yep. We go to Comoines Kits because what do we need medicine for? I wonder.
Healing potions are something that you are affected by. You
do I know
don't
that?
really have a mouth. A part of me wants to have you, both of you, roll society as
society to
Gilgamesh
roll
just
if I know I could be healed by magical
concerned.
potions. I
Very
cannot roll a nat
concerned.
1 again. The chances are so monumentally low. 12.
Probably, maybe.
Cool. I'll say, hey, if I ever die, get healing potions. Wait, no. That's not how it works. Get healing potions before you die. Oh, well. I move on to Comoines Kit.
Comoines Kits. Under the Discord, I posted under loot. So there is, you can go ahead and remove.
I'm looking at it right now. Like you've already hit all my my role playing dreams. I have a list of things to buy. So here's what happens. If you allow, I'll have Gilgamesh go in and say, "Hey, I need help. I need to get this." And he's gonna point at the breakaway chain. He's gonna say, "I need this." He's gonna point at the manacle, the barb manacles. I'm assuming all of this is available for me to actually spot. I don't think he'd get
Yeah.
that. You know what? He'll get it. He'll get. Let me get this, and then what's that thing there? And I'm like pointing at the like blank key and wax.
Okay, so that breakaway chain. Go ahead and give me a perception check for.
Oh, sure. Of course, I
You
cannot
know that
afford
it's
any of
regular
any of these things.
No,
But
you. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he says that
perception.
it's bigger than you. Yes, please.
I will say when he says that.
It's a regular.
Oh
chain.
my gosh, and that one.
It's a regular chain, to your
Yep.
knowledge.
I'm gonna
He
say to
says
him.
it's 10 gold pieces.
I'm gonna say to him, "Oh, do you have like a smaller one that I can carry?"
He kind of furrows his brows and scratches his chin with the few fingers he has left and is like, and goes into his back pocket and pulls out a wallet, and his wallet is attached by a chain. He kind of rips the wallet off and sticks it in his back pocket, and you have a bit of he says you can just have this, and you have 6 inches of chain.
All right. How much of the
Which
shinies
to
did you
us is
want?
like
How much of the
4
shinies?
foot.
Yeah.
He no, it is 6 inches of chain. 4 foot. I get the joke now. I'm sorry. I'm slow. Yeah, so it's like
I
4
didn't
feet
hear
of
the
chain for you guys, because it's 6 inches for a medium-sized creature, but to a tiny creature, that's like 4 feet of chain.
I mean, that's not how
So
math works, but
so
I understand what you mean.
No.
Yes, I understand what you're putting down. Yeah, okay, get it. It is a massive amount of chains. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
little
He
guys.
he does tell you that it's 45 silver pieces for the blank key and wax. And what else did you want?
Well, he's looking at everything. He's like, I don't know how am I supposed to carry any of this now? I'll take just a chain then, thank you. Oh, and a map. We're here for a map. That's the only thing we're here for. Clatter, come on, don't let me get distracted. And he starts sucking his thumb.
And Clatter's gonna kind of be looking around, and he's obviously gonna look at Gilgamesh and be like, "Oh, quiet. I'll deal with the map. Fuck."
Okay,
And he'll look
talk
at the
to him.
lion
He's a business guy.
and say,
He has a top hat.
"Good day." And he'll tip his top hat to him while still sitting on the back of his bird and go, my brother and I, we require a map of your quaint, beautiful little town."
Hey, you can get those at Bait and Tibble. They have area maps for 1 gold piece, and they have star charts for 200. Can't afford those personally, but the area maps are only a gold piece over at Bait and Tickles.
Oh, thank you. And by any chance, would you possibly have any type of saddle that might fit my bird that I can ride more comfortably?
He looks at the bird and kind of scratches his chin again. He says, sometimes there's this rock lady that comes by and she gets stuff and she makes these tiny dolls. Maybe she has something I can put in a word, but I don't have any. I don't have. We're not really a place for toys.
Hearing that, he'll go, "Gilgamesh, he knows Mom."
Yeah.
Oh, that's your mom. She's a nice lady. Just comes and asks for little things. Sometimes I give her string or little bits and bobs that I find. But it's as he like gestures to his store, a lot of it is like broken and gross, and he's like an old man. You know what I mean? It's almost like a hoarder's home.
Is this possibly the store where I find what we talked about earlier?
Yeah, Gilgamesh, roll me perception.
Gilgamesh.
Oh God.
You
thought
Clatter.
this was gonna go unnoticed? No, I do not.
Wait. I'm
Are you talking to
doing
me?
another perception. Okay, so
There's a possibility of it going unnoticed.
another perception. 12. What do I notice?
You notice that as you guys go to leave, Gilgamesh, or not Gilgamesh, Clatter has stuffed something down his shirt.
All right,
You
that's
didn't really get a glimpse
cool.
of what.
Before that happens, I was already gonna do this, so it's not conditional to that at all. Because he did say he mentioned that Onuris shops here. Gilgamesh is gonna pull out 2 coins to one pay for his thing. They're 2 gold pieces, and he taps at the gold and he says, "Next time she comes around, be sure to give her top service. All right."
Oh, and he takes the gold and he bites it with one of his good teeth and is like, "Oh shit, that's real. Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely." And he immediately wobbles because he's got 2 peg legs over and starts getting a broom and he's literally sweeps the floor twice and then looks up and is like, "Maybe I should start from the top down," and starts waddling. He's like, "Sorry, we're closed. I have to do a remodel." And he gets a step stool and looks at his peg legs and looks at the step stool and he's like, "We're gonna be closed a few days," and kind of tries to usher you guys out and closes the door and flips his sign over.
Yeah.
Clatter will kind of giggle and go, "Man, some people in this town," as his little bird's waddling and he's just holding on to the back of it "Yep, nope, this is not comfortable."
I'm just wrapping my chains around myself.
Oh, you look badass.
Yep.
As you guys go to leave, you hear a topple of items just crash to the ground, and the guy goes, "Oh, son of a bitch." Yeah.
I'm still outside, and I'll ask, "Do you need any help?"
"Why, just because I got peg legs and a hook for a hand, I can't do it myself. I still got fingers that work. I don't need no help."
No, I'm just asking
I'm
if you need any help. I like you.
Come on, Gilgamesh.
Have a good one anyways, buddy.
And as we go to the other store, Clatter's going to be like, "Let's stop and check on Mom first, and then we'll go to the next store."
You go ahead and do that. You got a bird. I'm going to get the map.
You don't have any gold.
Yeah, I do.
Didn't you just give him both gold pieces that Mom gave us?
That's only the gold pieces that she gave us, but we have more. At least I have more.
Yeah, you found some on your dead bodies.
Yeah. Did you not check your body? Did you not check?
Yeah, you never told me how much I found on my body. I have a note in my notepad that says, "Checked body for gold and to know if this was my body in previous life." April never told me the amount of gold. Said I found it, but never told me the amount.
I literally thought that
That's hilarious.
I thought I had you all roll a certain dice number and was whatever you roll, half of it's gold and half of it was silver, right? I thought that's what I did. That was a note that I made. I remember doing that.
You might have had them roll. I didn't roll that because you had me roll the perception and then Arcana. So did you want me to roll that real quick or no?
How about...
It's not a big deal to me.
Yes. I will make the roll. I think it was it 2d6 or 2d8? I deleted the note.
I think it was 2d6.
So you will have... So it's... What was that? 4 total? You'll have 2 silver and 2 gold to work with.
Cool.
On top of what Onuris gave you. And change it under inventory. And luckily, it's not
I'm back. I'm sorry.
the other VSVP. Welcome back. where you have to make sure everything's uploaded in that and D&D Beyond. I like that this is just you add it and it's done and it's there and it'll be there next time.
And you said 2 gold, 2 silver?
Yep.
Cool.
And Gilgamesh said he was heading to Bait and Tickle. You said you were going to go check on Mom?
Yes.
We'll deal with that first. What do you do when you go check on Mom?
He's gonna he's not getting off his bird. He doesn't want to touch the ground. He kind of like flaps his way in there, land, and looks at Mom and says, Mom, we met the shopkeeper here in this town that is apparently no-legged, one-hook hand lion thing that said you buy things. Gilgamesh gave him gold to give you top service. He's rearranging his store so it's not so fucking disgusting. But he said he'd be closed for a couple days. And is there any way you could possibly make a saddle for my bird so I can properly ride it, not just sit on it?
But can it wait till tomorrow after I've rested?
Okay, Mom. And he'll like give the sign for like he'll hold his arms out like I want hugs.
She says I literally can't move because I'm resting. Come hug me.
And he will gladly.
She
Like,
can
just
rest
like
and
bird
like,
goes over.
good. Yeah, she's awake and cognizant, but she literally can't move for 8 hours. Otherwise, the timer would have to start over. So she's like, please don't need that saddle right now. Just give me a hug. Thank you. Good day.
And he'll like land the bird, hop off, go to like her face, and try to give her like a big old bear hug. When he's like hand on nose, one hand on ear, and is like, yes, hug.
Okay. Just so you know, the bird hops and moves at your speed, but isn't capable of flight while you're on it.
Cool. That's fine.
And also, its feet was dirty, so the first like 3 feet into the tavern have like itty bitty bird stamp footprints
Yes.
coming in from the mud. Definitely knock that out. And then, do you do anything else, or do you go meet up back with Gilgamesh?
Oh, he leaves. He just wanted to tell her that, and then he goes and meets up with Gilgamesh.
Okay. So you have about 10 minutes before you get about 10-15 minute head start before Bjorn or Clatter DuPont comes in. What does Gilgamesh do when he gets to Bait and Tickle? You are, as stated, greeted by the 2 fisherman gnomes.
I will say to them, all right, I need that. Oh, dang it, they're all big too. No, oh, this is horrible. This is all going wrong. I cannot set up an emporium of traps if everything is big. He's sort of looking around. He just walks up to the gnomes and he says, oh, you guys are way easier to see. Okay. I need things that might help me, a person of my size and stature. Can you help me?
They look at each other and then look at you, and one of them says,
Oh, and a map.
Oh, area maps are 1 gold piece. And they kind of look at each other and look at you. They're like, fish hooks are 1 silver piece. We'll give you a
pull out one of each. And I say, all right, whatever that is, I'll take it.
You get a fish hook, about a foot of fishing line, and an area map. I'm going to, let's see, did I post the map and make it a big map? I did.
Do they have like any shelves here?
Shelves?
Yeah.
Not for sale.
No, there's like any shelves like around, or a desk, or a table, or anything wooden.
Yeah. Oh, like nearly everything. This building is made of wood. The shelves are wood and stone.
I'm gonna say, may I try out the product?
Give me 1 second. I'm looking for. You think I'd be prepared? I thought that I had put it in this folder, which is why I'm confused. I had made you guys an area map.
Area map. Star charts.
I'm gonna put it under.
200? Just to know where you always are? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Actually, yeah, that's fucking amazing.
kinda, yeah. And all maps work. I mean, as long as you know like what way you're going, and then as long as like you can totally read the stars, as long as you can see them. Here is a little more difficult. As I said, it's been snowing like nonstop, so there's no sun or stars to see.
Unless you're me.
Well, are you using magic?
I can use my cantrip, know the way.
That'll work. Then you'll know the
Whoa.
way.
That's amazing. What do we need maps
Yeah.
for then? What you wasting my money for?
You
I
know
don't
where you're
know this
going.
information, and I'm spending money on maps. Oh, that's just grand. So I lose a whole gold and a silver because of this. Now let me mark that off.
Yeah. I
Sheesh.
mean, it does help to know the way does help with a map. Knowing the way only gives you the direction. You know where north is, so you don't need to buy a compass
Ooh.
necessarily, but you will want the map.
Yeah, like I can use it, and if I read the spell description correctly,
Read
I
it.
know like cardinal directions.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, give it a click.
No
and you're
direction.
ready.
In your mind's eye, you see a path northward. You immediately know which direction is north if it is at your current location. So like I instinctually somehow know that, hey, this way is north, so behind me is south.
Nice. I'll just ask the gnomes. Can I try out the fishhook?
I'm gonna say yeah, sure. They kind of look at each other and they're like, "Are you trying to make a fishing rod?"
Before they could even ask that question, or as they're asking it, I just toss the fishhook, try to get it to latch on to any of those tables or the closest desk, in a spot that would look, the least obvious.
Are you trying to make yourself a makeshift grappling hook?
I was gonna say, are
Yeah.
you making a grappling hook, my guy?
Yeah.
I'm
just gonna try. It doesn't even work.
You know what? You kind of made one, but you're not able to climb up because they only gave you a foot of twine. But you are able to kind of get their attention, and after you throw that, they kind of look, and they don't finish their statement. But then both of their eyes widen, and then they look at each other, and they're like, "Oh shit! Are you trying to make? Let's make them." And they take a couple fish hooks. Actually, they pluck it from the table, and they take like 4 fish hooks, and they like get a couple metal bits and bobs and weld them together, and they get like a reinforced fishing line, and
Yes.
and get like a little mechanism. They tell you to come back in an hour and they'll have something for you in your inventory. I want you to add grappling hook, and if there's an option for grappling hook gun, add that.
All right. There's an option for grappling gun. Okay.
There's also goblin guns. Like there's all kinds of stuff. There's this one goblin gun that I think it's called the basket gun, and what it is, it's a small catapult that works like a shotgun and causes spray damage, but it doesn't take regular gun ammo. It uses kitchen utensils and whatever else will fit in the little basket as it launches it at targets, and it does like a spray effect, so people, like whatever you're targeting, it goes in like a 15-foot like line, so it'll hit the person like 5 feet next to him and 5 feet
Nice.
on the other side too. It's such a fucking fun gun.
Oh,
But
I
it
got
doesn't
a
use zero
gunslinger
ammo,
then,
so
huh?
you have to. You're constantly going into bars and places and like pocketing the silverware.
Oh gosh,
Jesus.
gotta make the
Have I
ammunition
made
somehow.
it to this fishing shop?
Yeah, actually, as you approach, you kind of see Gilgamesh. Unless you hang out, they tell you to come back in an hour as they both start like frantically drawing up plans for something. And they said, dude, come back in an hour.
All right, yeah.
Your silver will be well spent. You have the map, and you see Gilgamesh stepping out as you're approaching.
Oh, hey, Clatter,
And
got the map.
he'll go, hey, you seem happy.
Yeah, they're
I'm
making me
assuming
something.
he's smiling, right?
I mean, I'm a toy. Can I smile?
It
I'm
looks happy.
I'm just like like a very thin. No, not thin. He's definitely a plush toy. And everything that every expression he makes, they're sort of muted. You know, they're like. It looks like he could be smiling. Maybe more prominent than before. Sure, yeah. I'm just looking
And
at you with beady rhinestone red eyes.
do I have to roll like perception to see if I catch like the little smirk that he's got?
Well, you can see
Or
it.
would I know Gilgamesh enough?
Yeah, you should know me enough. You would know the subtle hints. They just seem muted in general.
kind of chuckle at you and go, oh, brother, you must have either pocketed something or you've schemed up some way to make a fucking weapon.
Oh, the latter. I'm not
And he'll
you.
kind of gesture. He'll gesture to like the bone spike that he's got in his belt. Go,
Yeah.
like your
It's not
sword.
even on the belt. It's always on my shoulder. I'm pulling the cloud, just always walking around, weapon ready to be swung.
And Clatter will go, well, brother, if you give me a minute, I understand you said you've got the map.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to go in here and just see what they have.
Sure. I mean, I
If
have to
you'll
come
give
back in
me
an hour.
a couple minutes.
Let's take care of business and come back. But if you really want, go ahead.
And Clatter's going to go in. And
I wait outside.
Okay. Do you
He's
do anything
going-
while you wait outside? Out of curiosity,
Just-
or are you just waiting?
I'm just guarding. Just like
Okay.
I think I'm a hero or something. Yep. I don't know.
Sure, I can take it. Sorry, go ahead, Clatter.
Clatter will kind of walk in. Yes, I said walk. He leaves the bird outside and he kind of like rubs its face and goes, now, be a good boy and just stay here. Don't fuck with Gilgamesh.
It nods
And he'll-
one and like narrows its eyes to Gilgamesh.
How did I do?
And
And
after you go inside, it takes like 2 steps away from Gilgamesh and keeps its narrowed eyes on you.
And Clatter will walk in and kind of look around and spotting the gnomes, which I'm assuming are
Hard at work, right at that.
way bigger than me.
Oh yeah, they are small creatures, so they are more than twice your height. Like I think a Poppet's anywhere from 4 to 6 inches. You know, a gentle. I'll even take like a gentleman's 6. But the
Gentleman's
gnomes, I
6.
want to say, are anywhere from like 3 to like 3.5 feet.
I was about to say, because Clatter's like the smaller scale of that, so he's like 3.5, 4 inches tall.
Gotcha.
So he's just kind of looking up at these to him, which is a giant, and goes, excuse me,
They hear the door open and they look up like tunnel vision, like kind of looking for like a small or medium sized creature, and look down and they're like, "Oh boy, 2 poppets in one day, brother." And they're like, "Oh wow, that doll lady must have been busy." Do 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 do. Putting down some tokens 'cause I wasn't ready. Do do